So the NBA offseason is starting to heat up, and you're starting to see a couple Pelicans guys' names thrown in these trade conversations. So either we're going to nip this in the bud, or we're going to talk about shipping some of these guys out of town. So you know what to do. Cue my music.
This is the Pelican Scoop with Jordan Kitchens, breaking down everything under the sun about your New Orleans Pelicans. Smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to stay on top of your Pels content. Now, running point, here's Jordan.
What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of the Pelican Scoop. I am your host with the most, Jordan Kitchens, and ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you're enjoying your Monday. We got to start this week off with a banger because honestly, you started your day yesterday, Sunday, off with a banger. And I'm talking about a huge banger. You check your phone like, wait, what? Because that's exactly how it was when I found out that Memphis Grizzlies, Desmond Bane, has just been traded to the Orlando Magic. Oh, yes, not only did he get traded, but this just set the standard of what these trades are finna look like this offseason. They are finna be big deals, okay? It's going to be a lot of integral pieces in all these type of moves. So, honestly, we're going to break this Bane trade down real quick. So, it's going to give us a little bit more clarity, like if the Pelicans do proceed to move off a couple of these guys we're going to talk about today, you need to get some type of return back. Because if you can get this, they can command this for Desmond Bane. I'm not sitting there saying Desmond Bane's a bad player anyway. Desmond Bane's damn near a 50, 40, 90 guy who can get you 20 points a game, play defense, handle the ball, shoot the ball, exactly what Orlando needed. But I do feel like it was a tiny bit of overpay. But when you're in a position where you're a contender, you can kind of make those type of moves. Pelicans on the hand, we can't make those type of moves. So let's break this Bane trade down right now. So as you can see from the screen, this little screenshot, this is what I really want to make important. So before we get to Sean, let's just talk about the trade real quick. So the Memphis Grizzlies are trading Desmond Bane to the Orlando Magic for KCP, Cole Anthony, 4. Yeah, you heard me correctly. 4 unprotected, no type of pick swap or top 3 protected, top 10. No, unprotected 4 first-round picks, and one of those first-round and one pick swap was the first round pick. So the Orlando is sending Memphis the number 16 pick in the 2025 NBA draft this year. Phoenix, this was whoa. Okay, so the Grizzlies get Phoenix first round pick in 2026. And Phoenix is looking like they're going to hit the red button and blow it all up. Like they're on doomsday scenario. They got to get rid of KD. Are they going to be able to compete next year? We don't know. Are they going to just blow it all up and just try and start from ground up? So that's a huge pick. That could either swing in their favor very well. In Orlando's 2028 unprotected first-round pick, the 2030 unprotected first-round pick, and it's a pick swap in 2029. So the Magic just juiced up Memphis pockets. And if you ask me, I don't think Memphis was even shopping Desmond Bane. I think the Magic came to them with a deal where they just could not refuse. It was like, we would look foolish if we just let this offer on the table go. And I get that. A team that if you really want some guy, give them an offer that they have to tell you no. Like, make them tell you no. The Magic made Memphis try and tell them no. Memphis like, hey, hell yeah, 4 first-round picks and a couple players for Desmond Bane. Hell yeah. And we get Phoenix. So it's not necessarily the Magic's picks because the Magic are banking on being good, and I get it. Decent conference going to be wide open next year. You got to worry about Boston being down. Tatum's going to be out. So it's like all hands on deck. If you're in the Eastern Conference and if you're in the Eastern Conference, you make the playoffs, you can contend. Like, it is not the West where it's like, yeah, there's a couple teams that are going to be in your way. Nobody would have expected the Pacers to make the NBA Finals this year at all. So if you're in the East, you got young talent with Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, Wendell Carter, Jalen Suggs. You add Bane, you have no type of shooting. You needed shooting. Now you got a damn near a 50, 40, 90 guy. Hey, salute to Orlando. Good move for them because you're in the East. It's wide open. Y'all can make a run regardless. So let's get back to the matter at hand, the New Orleans Pelicans. And the reason why we're even talking about this today, because as you can see from the weekend, it was heating up with a lot of Trey Murphy rumors. A lot of people, Trey Murphy, the Pelicans are being unreasonable, asking for Trey Murphy and blah, 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 blah. I've seen reports out that, Trey Murphy, trade talks, and we just got nipped this in the butt. I'm going to say this, and then we're going to dive into it. I just want to say this. There is no way in hell that I feel comfortable moving off Trey Murphy and keeping Zion Williamson. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. And I'm not sitting there saying Trey is better than Zion, but Trey is way more reliable. Or I can give Trey Murphy some free time by himself. I know he's not gonna sit there and be in the headlines. So I mean, other than him hopping out the bus with all the snow bunnies, all the snow buddies in Miami with Cam Jordan, other than that, Trey Murphy's out the limelight, man. He's just all about work and grinding. So there's no way in hell I can justify moving off Trey and keeping Zion. If you're gonna move off Trey, get his ass out of here too. Just get rid of, start over. Don't even. I hate that. But I don't think Joe Dumars is gonna try and get rid of Trey, because Joe Dumars, his first season, he really wants to evaluate Zion. Let's call it with a spade a spade. Now, granted, Zion has given him a lot on his plate where he's had to speak about him a lot, but Joe Dumars has basically come out and been said, I'm here to evaluate what Zion's going to do this season, and then we're going to move forward with that. So I think you can't give a good evaluation of Zion necessarily if you take away his gun. You take away his right-hand man. So if anything, anybody gets traded, if you ask me, is either out of Herb Jones or CJ McCollum. I'm talking about like main guys, like the main pieces of the team. I'm not going to talk about, oh man, Jordan Hawkins is going to be a throw-in. If Jordan Hawkins gets traded, that's a throw-in piece. Nobody's sitting there calling to go get Jordan Hawkins. Just the way nobody's sitting there calling to go get Willie Green for the Knicks job. I'm just putting that out there. Y'all didn't see the Knicks say we want to interview Willie Green. They said, oh, y'all, we good, bro. Y'all can keep Willie. We ain't worried about that. Not one time did the Knicks come out and say, yeah, they want to interview Willie Green. They said, we good, bro. We good. Hey, you can tap Ime Udoka on the shoulder real quick. We want to talk to him. Nah. Can you get your friend over there? That's what the Knicks basically did. They didn't ask Willie nothing. I was like, damn, Willie available. Y'all want to come interview him? They said, hell no, we good. So nah, yeah. As you can see in the league, who's getting calls and who's not getting calls. They're getting calls to talk about Trey. They're getting calls for CJ. They're getting calls for Herb. They ain't getting calls to, hey, we want to interview Willie Green for the head coaching position for the New York Knicks. Hell no. But the reason why we're talking about Trey, because I seen this report come out by Full Court Press. Let me bring the screenshot up for you guys. So as you can see from the screenshot at Full Court Press on X, the Everything app, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, this is what this says. This is what I was like, hold on. I had to let it rest a little bit before I really dive into it, because I was going to cut up a little bit if I did this video on Friday. But this is what it says. The Pelicans are being ridiculous in trade talks for Trey Murphy III. One veteran who can play in the playoffs, one young prospect with potential, multiple first-round picks. Is that not damn near the same thing that Memphis just got back for Desmond Bane? We're being unreasonable. See, it's like you get discriminated against when you're a bad franchise. You get discriminated against when you're a bad org. People just want to sit there and poach your players. And, honestly, everybody just wants to sit there and fleece you. So you're telling me that Trey Murphy III, a guy that's improved every single – go look at the stats. He's improved every single year he's been in the NBA, between getting his shot up, improving his dribble, his passing ability, his defense. He's gotten better every single year. And honestly, you don't even know what his ceiling can be. A little bit, tiny bit of injury concerns. Yes, you got to factor that in. But you're telling me it's unreasonable for one veteran, one young prospect, and multiple first-round picks, when Desmond Bane just commanded 4 unprotected first-round picks. 4 unprotected with T-Rex arms, little arm guy. We're not talking about a long wing like Trey Murphy. We're talking about Mr. T-Rex. Commanded 4 first-round picks, KCP, Cole Anthony. But the Pelicans are being unreasonable. I'm not sitting there saying the Pelicans are trying to shop Trey Murphy. Y'all are like, oh, what? We can't get a trade for Trey? I don't even want to trade Trey. But I just found out this was very disrespectful to not only me, to you specifically watching this video. That is disrespectful. That this is how, I get it. The Pelicans are going to have to want to do better for themselves for anybody gives them the benefit of the doubt. Yes, the Pelicans got to want to do better, respectfully. But I'm just hate that every time you're a bad team, everybody just, oh yeah, what, Trey Murphy? Here, man, here, take a lollipop off the ground. Here, take a lemon Hubie pie. I got a pineapple big shot. Matter of fact, we don't give you the pineapple. Here's a blue big shot, no, peach big shot. Here's a peach big shot and maybe a roast beef po' boy. That's what we'll give you for Trey Murphy. Like, damn. That's too much. That's too much for Trey Murphy, But yeah, I just could not let that slide. That's unreasonable for Trey Murphy III. Maybe I'm just being a homer. I just feel like he's way better than what because people don't watch the Pelicans. So like they just think a lot of people still think he's just a 3-and-D guy. A lot of people still think he doesn't dribble, he doesn't pass, he doesn't attack the glass. Not attack the glass. He's not really much of a rebounder, but attack the lane, attack the rim. People still don't know exactly what Trey Murphy can be, but our asking price is too high, or we're just being unreasonable. Honestly, if we're being unreasonable, don't call us. All right, hang up then. Leave us alone then. All right, if we're being unreasonable, see you. We ain't trying to trade him anyway. But if we're gonna try to trade anybody, I just want you guys to buckle in. CJ McCollum, Herb Jones. Now I get it. Herb Jones is gonna be a very tricky situation because you have a lot of bad PR that could happen. If Joe Dumars trades Herb Jones for nothing, like literally, basically what you got back for Brandon Ingram, Bruce Brown, who's going to leave in free agency, Kelly Olynyk, cool, and what Pacers first round pick that's going to be a late first round pick. So yeah, you basically got back nothing for Brandon Ingram. So it's going to be hard if Joe Dumars does that type of move with Herb Jones, because Herb Jones is a fan favorite. The fans love Herb Jones, and I'm not sitting there saying just because the fans love Herb Jones you can't move off Herb Jones. This is a business, and honestly, there's no such thing as players being untouchable anymore. We just saw Luka Doncic get traded, so nobody's untouchable. Everybody's free game. But if you're going to move off Herb Jones, you better get something back in return. I'm talking at least 2 first-round picks. I think Herb Jones can command at least a player and maybe 2 first-round picks. I'm not talking late for like a legitimate first-round pick. If Joe Dumars is looking to move, because he's going to have to move off either Herb, I hope you guys know somebody's going to have to go. Somebody's going to have to go. Somebody is going to have to go. It just should not be either Zion or Trey. Everybody else, free the game. I would like to keep Messi too. I think you can grow in Messi. I feel like Messi's one of those guys that's going to keep getting better as time goes on. He's going to get bigger. When he goes into his man body, like, bro's only, 20 years old? Can't even buy a beer yet. So I'm not giving up on Messi. If you want to get Jordan Hawkins out of here, like, he might have to lead too. But I just know you're going to have to get something back, because this is unexcusable. I know that wasn't Joe Dumars that orchestrated the Brandon Ingram trade. And I don't know about trading what you got back for Brandon Ingram, because your bench should have got off Brandon Ingram. We used to talk about getting off Brandon Ingram when you got off DeJounte. Like, when we got DeJounte, that's when you should have got off Brandon Ingram too. But no, Griff wanted to try and save his job. He knew the writing was on the wall, and he ended up screwing us in the end. So that's why he's out, and that's why Joe's in. But at the same time, if you're going to trade either CJ McCollum, because a lot of talks with CJ to the Magic because they needed shooting. You can nip that in the bud. That's not going to happen anymore. They got their shooting. If you're going to move out CJ McCollum and Herb Jones, Joe Dumars, you better land something. You better land something, because you're going to start off real bad with this fan base. Because if you move Herb Jones for nothing, I'm telling you, the Wolves will be out. They will be out. They will come get you. They will come get you. They do not play about Herb Jones down here. That man got his own day down here. I just want to clarify this one more time, because somebody could be like, I'm not sitting there saying you can't move off Herb Jones. Herb Jones is one of those pieces where you trade him to a team that's trying to contend. He's like a finishing piece to the puzzle. Like, he's one of those guys going to get you over the hump, like i.e. a Drew Holiday. He's one of those guys that can get you over the hump, like a piece that you need, an integral glue guy, Caruso type ordeal. You move him, Joe Dumars, you better get some type of return. Do not move Herb Jones for nothing. Do not move Herb Jones for getting Tony Snell or something, like some vet, some wily vet. Like, that doesn't really help us now. Okay, if you're going to move Herb Jones, it needs to be a piece that can help us now, because Herb Jones is one of those guys that needs to be here to help with the core. I just want it to be known that somebody will have to get traded. Either out of CJ, I hopefully not Trey, but one of those guys is going to have to go. And it better be for a good deal. I'm tired of people trying to get over on the Pelicans. I'm tired of people disrespecting us with these trades. Like, people putting up these little mock trades and all that. And it's basically, we just going to rob everybody for the Pelicans and here, take back a bunch of miscellaneous pieces. Like, straight disrespect. And honestly, the team has to want to do better so they can stop getting disrespected by everybody else. So y'all get down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all feeling about all these guys getting traded. What do you guys feel about the Desmond Bane trade? And what do you think that, a CJ McCollum can command in the trade? Herb Jones can command in the trade? Because when there's smoke, there's fire. So something's cooking. I just don't know. And when I find out what's cooking, trust me, y'all will be the first people I'll let know. Oh, without a doubt in my mind, y'all be the first people I let know. So, like I said, y'all just get down in the comments. What do y'all think is going to happen? Who do y'all think is about to get shipped out of here? And let's get ready for the drive, baby. So I've been your host of the most, Jordan Kitchens, and I'm signing out. Enjoy your Monday. Peace.